Love J is a young alternative hip-hop artist from Hudson Valley, New York. Jay, real name Jaden Jefferson, is a gifted artist, and hopefully this video helps you learn a little more about him.
I'll take a step back before I take two. Scott and Ramona when I look at you. 6 in the morning, you look at me confused. I'll wipe the crust out from your eyes before you leave. When I go about this life of mine.
Jay lived with his mom growing up, moving around school to school every year in Hudson Valley up until he was in 7th grade. For 8th and 9th grade, Jay and his mom moved to North Carolina for a change of scenery and better life with new jobs and relationships, but that didn't last very long. Jay didn't like North Carolina compared to his friends and old life back in New York. He moved back to New York in 9th grade and didn't move or change schools again until he graduated. Growing up, Jay only saw his dad during the summers and holidays because his dad lived in New York City. Jay is of mixed ethnicity, with his father being black and his mother being white. The first music Jay enjoyed was mainstream hip-hop with artists such as Kanye West and Eminem. A little later on, he found some smaller artists in the hip-hop genre such as Joey Badass and the Underachievers. In his early teens, he began listening to Odd Future and got into rock music with bands such as Boys Like Girls, We the Kings, Never Shout Never, The Goo Goo Dolls, Neck Deep, Radiohead, The Cure, and Escape the Fate. Jay moved to North Carolina briefly around this time, and the kids at his new school introduced him to Chicago drill. Around this time, Jay said he also got into artists such as Drake, Young Thug, Migos, Future, and more. When Jay was around 14, he found Mac Miller early on in Mac's career and found his success to be very inspiring. Seeing Mac's success motivated Jay to try music. Jay began writing lyrics in his notebook while he was in class. Around 15 years old, Jay experimented with music through a friend who wanted to do music. His friend never tried music but ended up having recording equipment. Jay was experimenting with music on GarageBand. His friend's mom was very supportive and even offered to pay for professional studio time if they put together a demo album. She also let Jay stay with them while Jay's mom still lived in North Carolina. Jay lived with them for about 6 months before his mom moved back and they got their own spot in New York. Jay didn't like his own music at first but continued making music until he found his sound and made music he enjoyed. Eventually, Jay's parents got him his own recording equipment. Jay said the first song he was really proud of was the song titled Over in 2014. This was a breakup song and Jay found it getting some attention locally. After this, Jay was known around school for being the rapper kid and new music from him was anticipated by his peers. The next few songs he released did well also. He was just putting music out under the name Jay on SoundCloud and other sites similar to datpiff.com at the time. Rest in peace, datpiff.com. Jay's mom has always been super supportive of him and has influenced him a lot with his taste in music growing up, finding inspiration from dubstep, drum and bass, house music, R&B, 90s rap, and more. Jay's mom would always have music playing either in the car or at home while she would cook, clean, or relax. He thanks her for his appreciation of a wide variety of musical genres. After high school, Jay was going by the name Lil Animus and said he made some bigger connections in the scene. Jay let the small success go to his head. He said he was partying and not working as hard as he should have. He fell off a bit and took a step back from music for about a year in 2018/2019. He said he's glad it happened that way because it was a good life lesson. Most of the songs from that time are still up, as well as some unique music videos that will allow you to dive into Love Jay's story even further. Jay started making music again at the end of 2020 and switched his name to Love Jay. This was when Jay put his music out on all platforms and started to find the sound he does currently. Jay went out to Los Angeles around this time and met a bunch of artists in the scene. He visited LA and would stay with friends for a little bit, but eventually he moved into one house with 6 different artists. Jay still lives in LA today, rooming with artists known as Hamilton and Spooky Bands where they collaborate together often. Other artists Jay likes to collaborate with include artists such as Jomi, Ezra, Dog, and all the members of the collective known as Yard Sale. Jay hopes to add to this list and wants to find new artists he enjoys to collaborate with. Going forward, Jay wants to have more confidence putting himself out there as an artist. He said sometimes he's worried about coming off corny or weird and it restricts his creative output. He's a really cool guy and a great artist. Well, that's all for this video. Big shout out to Hopeless for the edit, and please subscribe for more mini documentaries on various underground artists.